Welcome to Dark Souls. Hello. Welcome to the first part of I don't know how many parts it's going to be, of a Dark Souls playthrough. This playthrough is going to be primarily focused on Sorcerer. I have played through Dark Souls a few times. I've officially beaten it like 3 or maybe 4 times. I can't remember. But usually when I play through as a fighter. This time I'm going to try focusing more on magic. I really like the combat in From Software games, and this is going to be a new approach for me. I've looked up some stuff on how to do it. I've talked to some people who have played through the game before. I've watched a few videos. I don't know if I remember all of it, so it's going to be a learning experience for everyone. We could crash and burn. If things get too bad, maybe I'll just start a new character and play as a fighter for the first time through. But for right now, we're going to do Sorcerer. We're going to take the Master Key. That is the best of these gifts, for reasons that you'll see when we play. Physique. I actually have in my head, let's make her very large. Yeah. Face, commoner. These all look very goofy. I will admit that I'm not a person who gets into character creation that much. I do have an idea in my head of what I want to do for this one. But usually I just take whatever's easiest and kind of roll with it. I know a lot of people who play these games make really, really goofy looking characters. Maybe someday I'll do that, but let's see. Yeah, that looks fine. So I have played all of the Soulsborne games, including Sekiro, which isn't really a Soulsborne game, but I have played it. Let's see. What's something kind of messy, long. What I'm trying to do is, this is incredibly, oh, maybe that? Yeah, this is very, very dorky. But what I'm trying to do is create a character who looks a little like Fuchsia? I'm not pronouncing it correctly. From the Gormenghast books. It helps me to make a character who, I don't know, has a little bit, kind of helps a little in the role playing, I guess you could say. She's young. Let's see what the different faces are. Nothing is happening. Okay. That looks fine to me. Let's make her a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Strong features. Hair. No, we had the hair right? We were good with the hair. The game does get more exciting the further in you go. Yeah, I like that. See if we can customize the hair color a little bit more. I want a brighter red, you know? No. I don't know how colors work. This is fine. We're not going to go into the weeds on this one. This is fine. Let's give her a name. If you've never played Dark Souls before, most of that stuff doesn't really matter. These are our starting stats. I just pointed at it like you would actually be able to know what that meant. Imagine I'm pointing at it. Looks like we have a clear focus on intelligence, which is the goal. We start with a catalyst. And we have some sorceries. So let's get to it. I am not going to talk during the opening cutscene because it's a really cool cutscene. So let's enjoy that. Here we go. I will say that I hope you guys can actually hear the narration, because for some reason it is completely cut out on my end. As has the sound, which is troubling. Yeah, it will be pretty weird if this has all been quiet the whole time. But it looks pretty, and it's a great way to start a story off. In general, I really like the way From opens their... why do I keep saying From? I like the way that they open their games. It's not a game that has a lot of cutscenes in it, but the opening cutscenes are always super cool. Dun, da, da, da. Yeah, it does feel very weird because I'm not going to be able to check this until I stop recording, because I'm super professional. But I'd rather just get through this if worse comes to worse. Well, there are definitely places on YouTube where you can watch this as well if you'd like. It's really cool. And the sound adds a lot. Theoretically, it does. I believe that was our corpse, although I don't think so because it was wearing armor. Maybe it was representative of our corpse. Hey, we have sound again.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. They are locked away to await the end of the world.
Hey, look, it's us.
This is your fate.
Did that rat have a mohawk? Excuse me. Corpse delivery. Ah, lunch. So there you go. Pretty cool, right? That's Dark Souls. I will see you next... so I guess we don't actually get the catalyst. Let's see, what do we have in our inventory right now? We have a black separation crystal, which is for online play, which is... We're probably not going to be doing much co-op. I don't usually do co-op when I play these games very much. We might be invaded at some point. Other than that, I doubt I'll intentionally do it, unless I desperately need something. Dark Sign, this is kind of the thing the whole game is based around. The dark sign signifies an accursed undead. These branded with it are but born after death, that'll one day lose their mind and go hollow. Death triggers the dark sign, which returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, but at the cost of all humanity and souls. Basically, we're dead, but we are undead. And now we have a key. Actually, I did want to check and see if we had anything else. No, we literally... Okay. There's stuff we have to go pick up. How do we get through? There you go. So we have the master key, we have our spells, we have a straight sword hilt, which is terrible. And this is the way the game does... Oh, no, this is actually somebody who came back in and said that. Aw, that's nice. But this is the way the game does tutorializing. Woo! I am playing this on an Xbox 360 plugged-in controller that a friend gave me years ago for reasons that I didn't understand at the time, which is super useful. Aw, he looks so sad. Let's kill him. Right now, we cannot cast any spells because we don't have a catalyst, but we do have a broken sword, which, as you can see, does not a ton of damage. So, we are an undead who has been cursed with the dark sign, which means that we are sort of doomed to be eternally alive, but eventually will go hollow, which is essentially losing your sense of purpose. Which is a neat little metaphor, because in Dark Souls, the only way your character officially goes hollow is if you stop playing the game. I always liked that. It took me a very long time to figure it out. I have said that I'm going to try and focus on story stuff a little. I will admit that I am not a lore expert at all. In fact, the first time I played Dark Souls, I had no real idea what was going on, and mostly just enjoyed it because it was difficult, and I liked the combat, and it looked cool. Ooh, we can attune our magic, even though we have nothing to use it on, but we already have it attuned. This is a bonfire. Bonfires are awesome. Every time you go to a bonfire, you rest at one. If we had, our health comes all the way back, and every enemy we just killed comes back to life. It also restores Estus flasks, which we'll be getting in a second, and restores spell usages, which will be important, and we can use it to level up. That's a big door. Shall we open it? I don't know. It sounds like there's something nasty back there. Let's open it. Oh, that's okay. There's nobody around. Everything's okay. Why is the camera tilting? Ah! That's not good. Let's run. Bye. You can actually stay and fight him with, fight it, or him. I'm not sure if it's gendered. With this crappy starting weapon. I am not good enough for the game to do that. Although I guess I have like 60 souls. I could try it. No, I can't at this point. But now we're going to go pick up some equipment. First we're going to get hit by an arrow. Then we're going to go pick up some equipment. We got a shield. We need to equip a shield. Look at that. These always kind of look like a breast to me. Maybe I'm pervy. I mean, I definitely am pervy. Alright, come back here, you little so-and-so. Stop it. Ooh. Okay, now we have a non-terrible weapon. Let's equip that. Still haven't gotten our catalyst yet, but I think we'll find it later. Just check and make sure I didn't miss anything. Every one of the Dark Souls games has a sort of tutorial area. This is probably the most elegant of them. Demon Souls is pretty good. And I would have liked to do Demon Souls on this channel eventually, because Demon Souls is an amazing game. I actually started playing the series from Demon Souls. Okay, we're doing a little bit more damage. Ooh, backstab when we didn't really need it. But I played Demon Souls when it first came out. I remember reading a review of it that talked about how inscrutable and amazing and difficult and just striking it was, and it stuck a chord in my head. And then I played Dark Souls when it came out. Oh no. And then I tried to play Dark Souls 2 when it came out and stopped after maybe like a third of the way into the game. Oh, this guy looks sad. I believe this guy is the guy who dropped us the key, the corpse. Let's talk to him.
Oh, you. No, Holland. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out.
You can say no, but
Regrettably,
we're not. We're going to say yes.
But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There's an old saying.
Torch, bonfire.
Thou who art undead art chosen. Thine exodus from the undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, faith the undead thou shalt bring. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Yes.
Oh, and this.
Also good.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Aw, goodbye. He was a nice fella. He gave us an Estus flask. Estus flasks are healing items that refill every time you use them. They don't refill right after you use them. They refill when you... I think he just died. Is that what that is? Oh, I apologize. We should have stuck around to see him die. I think he just disappears. But Estus flasks are one of Dark Souls' many super elegant systems. So we can rest here again. Now, we could go back through here and fight him with this dagger, but there's a better way to do it. I apologize to people who played a lot of Dark Souls as well. I'm kind of figuring out how to do all this stuff, so I'm over-explaining a little. If you're completely unfamiliar with the game, I don't know if this would actually be sufficient, but if you know the game, I'm going through a lot of stuff that's very Dark Souls 101. But as I was saying, I played Demon Souls, played Dark Souls. I stalled out on Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. Oh, yay! We got a Sorcerer's Catalyst. Let's go back and equip that. Let's get away from this. Oh. Fine, I'll kill you first. See if I can get a backstab. Yeah! Yeah! Die! I went through a long period of time where I didn't play the Soulsborne games. I definitely played Bloodborne when it first came out, and I'm pretty sure I finished it. I can't remember. I have all finished these games subsequently, but at the times that they came out, I was in a different place. So I didn't play them through as much. It takes some determination and a lot of time to get through these games. But in the past couple of years, I have discovered a great community and a great podcast, the Bonfire Side Chat, on the Dutfiend Network, which is, I believe this is the third time I've shilled for them on this network, and I will probably stop soon, even though I love them very much. But listening to that podcast kind of got me back into all these games, and I love Bloodborne. Bloodborne is my all-time favorite game. Bloodborne is just... I adore that game. The setting, the combat style, it fits my brain perfectly. It's just amazing. But Dark Souls is pretty darn good. So, let's do it. Hello? Let's zap him with magic, see how good that is. That's pretty good. The secret to a Dark Souls boss when you're playing combat is generally not to do that. And not to do that either. Ha! Wow, that does really good damage. Ideally, I should be circling around and getting up on his butt, but I have not been doing that. And no. Goodbye. Well, there goes my worry that we wouldn't be able to get through the Asylum in the first hour we were playing. I actually also don't know how long we've been recording because I forgot to mark. Let's take a big swig. I forgot to mark when we actually started recording, so I don't have a timer running or anything. But we can go to Firelink and check out Lord Rand for a bit. I think that's okay. I also legitimately don't know how long these should be. It's so cool, though. The first time I played this, I remember being I still am. Like, if it's been a while since I played, I'll be very nervous after you kill a boss and you've got all these souls sitting in your pocket and you don't immediately have a bonfire. You're just terrified you're going to lose them all.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Ah! And here we are. I actually didn't notice that before until the last time I was playing through. In Lordran, level up and kindle at bonfires, because you couldn't. I don't think you can actually level up at the bonfires in the Asylum. I'm not sure. I never tried. But here you can. We have 2,348 souls. So we can level up a couple of times. We're going to put a little bit in Vitality, just because I don't know how hard, difficult this is going to be. And we are going to put some more. What we really want to do is buff up Intelligence, because that's going to be the main focus of this playthrough. And I'm not sure, but the third one should be. Let's give it 2 hits in Intelligence. So this is Firelink Shrine. If you can hear that really, really good music, it's really good. I think Najula in Dark Souls 2 actually has my favorite home base music, but all the home bases in the Dark Souls games are really good. And in Bloodborne, it's really good too. So we have our quest. We are the undead who apparently has been foretold to leave the undead pilgrimage, to leave the undead asylum on a pilgrimage to Lordran. We have been given a task by the nice man who gave us that Estus flask. You notice we have 10 Estus flasks right now. One of the neat things is that when you have an option to kindle bonfires, which we'll probably do a little bit later on. We have some humanity. I'll show you how that works. Whenever you kindle a bonfire, you add 5 possible Estus flasks to it. So the bonfire in Firelink Shrine has already been kindled once. It's a nice little... And there you go. Somebody else... somebody kindled it someplace else, which means we get a nice little bonus. So we got another Estus flask. So that worked out cool. Hello.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, but there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening.
The voice acting in these games is so good. I just get a kick at how odd it always is.
Your face. You're practically hollow.
I'm not doing well.
Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Let's see, I think, have we exhausted him? Ah. Oh.
Well, collect it bit by bit from the corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I never do it, is to kill a healthy undead. And then it's humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
Well, that's a pretty good primer on how we can actually go human. You'll notice that in our inventory we have 4 humanities, so I actually could go full human right now. I'm probably not going to on this playthrough. I tend to be a little bit careful about those. But once we kind of get ourselves up and running, I'll show you. The difference in this game is mainly that you don't look like a corpse, which is nice. And you can also summon people and get summoned, and you can also get invaded. That's the other reason I'm a little bit nervous about doing it right now, although I doubt people are invading someone at soul level 3 or whatever, 4 or whatever we are. Do you have any more dialogue?
What are you looking at?
Well, hello.
Don't try anything clever. You might regret it.
I think we've exhausted your dialogue. Is that it?
What?
Huh?
You want to hear? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul.
Well, that's me.
Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the Undead Church, but the lift is broken. You have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the Undead Burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the Undead Burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town.
Well, that sounds like a fun place.
Die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
I...
Bloody hell. Now, you ask too many questions.
That's great. I think, is that it?
I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Alright. I had never actually talked to him that much before. I'll be honest, when I play these games, I am not averse to looking up how to do things or where to go. A lot of the joy in Dark Souls is the mystery of it, and I do love the mystery, but I am also a person who just likes knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. I didn't realize how much he told you. That's a really good primer for the opening of the game. Oh, and this jerk over here. Let's say hello to him real quick.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurlock. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Yeah. Petra, every character in the game has their own little storyline.
I realize that I have requested
Some of those are harder to find than others.
distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Oh, a shiny coin.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Nah, we don't need miracles.
But each to their own.
Actually, I
Speak
wonder
to
if...
me.
He might have a gesture we can learn.
Oh, and what is it? Very well.
There are lots of covenants. It's not going to matter that much, but we'll join the Covenant of the White. Sure. I tend to join all the covenants as I play. It doesn't really have a huge effect on your gameplay, especially if you don't do a lot of online stuff.
Now let me share my miracles.
We're not doing miracles. I've never done a miracle playthrough. I don't think they're that powerful. I think you could probably do a mix of spells and miracles. Ah, cool. That's really good. And what does he have for sale? He has miracles for sale. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff.
My companions know a lady. She is young, but burdened by an
That's interesting.
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred.
Well, this is interesting. All right,
Come again.
we'll come back later. Sorry, I didn't want to hear him talking anymore. I'll admit that like I said, I've played the game multiple times, but I am so focused on the stuff that I normally do that there's a lot of this stuff that I haven't actually seen for myself. Like I was saying, I've never actually talked to this guy enough to exhaust his dialogue, and he tells you a lot. So typically what we would do at this point, and what we'll be doing in a minute or two, is going up in that direction. I think what I'm probably going to do is play through till we get to the next bonfire. But before we go up that way, we're going to poke around and show the other ways we could go. One of the things you'll hear about people who are playing Dark Souls for the first time and haven't looked up how to do anything is that it's pretty easy to get kind of off on the wrong foot. Like, say if you were to go over here. Look, they're shinies. They're items. They're also skeletons, and those skeletons will bolt themselves together and they will kill you dead. We only have 176 souls, so let's go score some items. Maybe we'll see a cool death. That's not bad. Oh, hello. The skeletons of this game are great. Super goofy, very, very Harryhausen. Clash of the Titans. More lost souls of the undead. Sorry, that was stealing from another YouTuber. That's a status. That right there is, I think it's bleeding. I think they give you bleeding instead. Not. Let's see, we can get that. This is Y-hander. That's if we are going for a big beefy boy, which we are not. This last one. Ooh, binoculars. That'll be useful. And oh, down we go. Nope. All right. Can I get away? Can I get through here? No. And that's our first death. I love how big those guys are. Just huge skeletons. So if you were playing this for the first time and you decided, oh, I'll go in that direction, and just get utterly wasted by those guys and then just keep trying to go in that direction because you've been told many times that Dark Souls is a hard game, you would think, oh, well, that was difficult. Maybe that means I should just keep trying. You can go that way if you're trying to sort of break the usual patterns of the game. You can go a little bit deeper, but it's not really worth it at this point, especially not in this playthrough. This is a firekeeper. She can't speak, so that's stupid. I mean, it's stupid that I chose talk, not that she can't speak. We're gonna leave her alone because we don't have a way to reinforce the Estus Flask right now. Like I said, typically we'd be going up, but right now we're gonna take a quick bop downstairs because there is actually somebody we can talk to down here who I think might be useful for sorceries. I like this. We're just kind of doing a slow tour. I don't know if I ever actually finished the stories I was telling. And I got back into the Souls games a couple years ago. Went back and replayed through Bloodborne. Went back and finally finished off Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. I spent about 100 hours on Dark Souls 3 last year and 70 or 80 hours on Dark Souls 2. I played through them a couple of times. I will leave you alone. You look sad. I played through them a couple of times. I played through Sekiro 3 or 4 times. Sekiro is a very different game, but I will definitely put a recording of that up on the channel at some point. Excuse me, because I love that game. Hey, hello. Well, not yet. Yes, this guy will be useful. Can we? So this is the first blacksmith. It's not necessarily the first one you find. There's another one who's incredibly useful that we'll be meeting a little bit later. We have no weapons for Ascension. We don't really have anything we want to reinforce. We may reinforce the dagger at some point. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be our main weapon, though. I think I'm probably going to go for Dex. I should look at the wing speed, what the Dex requirements of that are. We're not going to reinforce armor. We don't need to repair any equipment. We will come down. We have 4,000 souls. We're going to come and get Heavy Soul Arrow. Right now we have regular Soul Arrow. Heavy Soul Arrow is a more powerful version of that, and it's really good. I think we already have the Sorcerer's Catalyst. Okay, cool. I love the fact that you can't really see. I think that's the door right there. It's really dark. I just like the idea of someone who's so creeped out by the situation that they literally lock themselves in a room surrounded by walking corpses next to a city that's essentially just filled with ghosts. That's really cool. It's one of the... Dark Souls is so good at creating these evocative situations. Just gorgeous, creepy, sad. It's wonderful. The mood is a big part of this game. So, this door right here is one of the reasons we picked the Master Key. Because picking the Master Key means that we could theoretically... Don't worry, I'll go back for that shiny in a second. We would theoretically go back this way. And that is an entrance, one of the entrances to Blighttown. That's the super easy entrance. Unless we have a really hard time going the other way, we are probably not going to take the super easy entrance, just because I like showing off Blighttown. It's an interesting area. It's fairly important to Dark Souls. Cool, we're picking up lots of large souls. But what we are going to do is I think we're going to do a quick suicide run, because I think there is some cool stuff. Did I pick the wrong way? No, I think we're good. There is some cool stuff over here by a creepy, by the creepy undead dragon. Well, you know, he's fine, right? I'm sure he's dead. He's definitely dead, right? There's no, yeah, he's dead. He's dead. We're cool. Hello? Hello, you're dead. Hello. This. Nice. Yep, still dead. Everything's fine. Oh, no. Astora's Strength Sword is a sword that is faith, scales with your faith. Faith is one of your stats. And that can be useful if we're going to the catacombs, which we're not yet. But I wonder, is this the Dragon Crest shield? Let's see, let's look at that. That is, that's good. It's actually 100% damage reduction, which is our current shield does not do. Our current shield does 80% damage reduction. We don't have the stats to wield it right now, and I'm not sure we're going to be going up. Let's see, what do we have? We have 9. We might go up 1 strength just to get that, because depending on how hard this is, it's very useful to have a shield that can block all damage. Alright, let's look at the winged spear. Wow, yeah, well, we can't. That's not going to be... That's a no-go. Because we're doing a sorcery playthrough, the idea is we want to focus on raising our intelligence stat as much as possible to make our spells powerful as possible. And we are also going to try and get weapons that can scale with intelligence, and those are rare. You can infuse stuff to make magic weapons, and again, for people who know the game, they could be screaming at me right now. I can't explain exactly how all of this works quite yet, because I haven't done this way before, but that's my basic understanding of the idea. I think there's some more stuff we can get down here. Nice. If you hear that bell ringing, that bell is the bell of awakening that we are trying to ring. It's the first bell, it's the one up top. I don't know if you hear the one down below, but every time that rings when you're playing the game, it means another player in another game has successfully gotten to that point and has rung the bell, and that is very cool. That's one of the really neat things about playing this, especially when it's the online community is still as well populated as it is. You can think about it as like parallel universes. Everything's connected. All right. We are going to go this way and see if we can find ourselves another bonfire. And let's see how powerful this is. Well, it'd be good if we could hit you. Very good if we could hit you. The dagger is not very good, but this is pretty good. Now, if you're coming through this game for the first time, I could totally understand getting really, really scared and confused during this. Because, in fact, I'm a little scared and confused. But, if you take your time, he says, hoping he's not going to die. Soul of the Lost Undead. Oh, God. The problem is I was watching a bunch of Lobos's... I mentioned him before, a bunch of his streams, and he has a little song he sings every time he gets one of those, and now I have that in my head. Okay, now we have a bunch of guys after us. This isn't good. We also have... Okay. Whew! I am getting used to playing this with magic for the first time. Magic is very powerful. You have to believe in yourself. Our dagger is not very powerful, which is kind of the problem. I'm also a little worried because I wonder if I should be saving some of these for later on, but we'll see. It's not too long of a run to the next bonfire. Hey, buddy! They all have those mohawks. I love the feeling when you're first getting into the Undead Burg that your way in is so... You're basically just sort of sneaking in through the sewers. I mean, that's an aqueduct. Is this an aqueduct? Is that what it's called? It's still, you're not going in through the front door. You're finding little nooks and crannies because it's a dead town. Well, hey, buddies. Hey, let's play. No! No, come back! We had so much to live for. Oh, he is still alive. Well, we can go around and say hi to him in a second. You'll notice I haven't parried yet. I guess I could try that. Nope. There we go. Parrying makes me nervous. It's pretty easy in the original Dark Souls, especially on the remastered version, because the frame rate's so high. It always makes me a little nervous, though, because I tend to be a little jittery when I play. Alright, we could go straight through this fog wall, because there's stuff over there, and that's where we're going to go next. But right now, I want to get that shiny, so we're going to... Look at that! Whee! Alright, let's just hop down here. Let's see, where's that guy? Where's that guy? Oh. I do like how fast the dagger is, just... Stab, 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 stab. Yeah, I wish I knew more about dex weapons. I tend to focus on a strength build. I have the other playthrough I'm doing on the computer for the first time. Nope. Down you go. Down you go. I have a claymore. And the claymore is so sweet if you're doing a strength build. Oh, we want to go get that. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a pretty good one. I went for a nice jog. I'm trying to jog again after not jogging for a while because I couldn't go to the gym. Oh, we can't get that from over here. This is in fact a dead end. Dun dun dun. But I've been trying to get back in the habit. The weather's nice. It's supposed to be really warm this weekend, but it was nice today, and we live in an area where I can go jogging outside and not be too near people. And I can avoid people without... I don't have to wear a mask while I jog, I don't think, because the crowds aren't that thick, and you can avoid people, so... Works out okay. But I'm doing interval training, blah, 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 blah. It just feels good to be back outside. Hey! I probably should go human at some point just so you can see what that looks like. Hey, you came back! Aw! I missed you. Alright, let's go through this fog door. We still got 22 soul arrows. We're doing fine. Let's zap some more people. I think we're almost at the first bonfire, actually. Alright, you see that? It looks like you can jump it. You shouldn't jump it from here. We'll be back for that later. Ah! God, the dragons look so cool in this game. Most of them are terrible to fight against, but that guy looks so cool. Let's give you a poke. Okay, we're a little in trouble. Just stand still, buddy. Oh, jeez. Well, that was... I almost missed that. Those are consumables, by the way, that'll give you a bunch of souls. It's like, it's nice that you can have... Because every time you go anywhere, the souls you actually have carrying on your person are at risk, because you could die, and then when you die, you drop them somewhere, and you have to go pick them back up again. But it's nice having... Nice having the consumable ones, because you can come back later and get them. You can just store them until you really need them. Buddy, I don't like you. I always get weirdly resentful of anyone who uses, like, long-distance attacks in these games. See, there's the bonfire right there. Let's go down here real quick and open this door. Because, well, hello. Now we have a wooden shield. I don't know if that's better or worse than the one we have. This is a Gravelord Servant summoning thing. I'll be honest, I don't know how that works. I'd never have done that. I've heard that it doesn't really work until your next playthrough. I tried briefly to poke around with it, but I don't think it really applies to someone who's starting out new, especially this low level. Let's light it. We could sit down, but I'm going to be risky. I am going to go see if we can find the vendor over here. Because I'm not quite ready to let this playthrough go. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, I have no idea how long we've been playing. Let's play a little bit longer. Let's zap these boys. Oh god, that's so satisfying. Yeah, if you're doing a next time I come back through this area, I'll show you. If you're doing like a strict melee playthrough, melee playthrough, those guys are a pain in the neck because they always hold their shields up, and the spears give them a lot of range. They're not hard. It's not like they're difficult in the sense that you'll probably die fighting them. It's just that they're difficult in the sense it takes forever to kill them. But I just zapped him a couple of times. Surprise! I have an axe. I have a dagger. Hey, buddy.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you. Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale. Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
We're going to kill most of the things he just mentioned. We won't kill the drake because that takes forever and I'm not good at it. You don't need to.
Yeah, I'm not here to check. We talk business or we talk nothing at all.
Well, rude. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's good. Let's get that. Because we can write messages or rate them if we want to. It's always fun to write a few messages when you're going through. We will want both of these. I don't think we're going to level up just yet, so let's poke around here. Ooh, the rapier, actually. Rapier? We can already get that. We might... Actually, no, I don't know. I think we've got like one short dexterity, but I might go for a rapier build, because I think you can get some good stuff later on, and I think it requires the least amount of stats to upgrade. So there's a lot of... We're not going to buy any of this, because we are not going to need it. That sounded really arrogant. It's not the best armor, and we're going to want something lighter, because we're going to try and do a lot of distance attacks. Disasters are gone. That's good. I think for right now... let's buy the residence key. Let's get that out of the way.
Thank you kindly.
We could actually use some of those. Let's see what our stats are. Yeah, we just need to go up 1 point for the dexterity, and then we can get the rapier. And I think that'll be a better weapon for us, because our strength is we don't want to upgrade anything too much that isn't intelligence or vitality or possibly endurance. And the rapier, I think there are other later weapons too. I should look at the Moonlight Sword, because that's a goal. I want the Moonlight Sword. I've never been able to use that in one of these games. Oh, look at this. It's a party. It's a dead party. I love the swing of that. I am I, Don Quixote. Actually, let's. I want to do that again and actually sing it this time, because I'm that weird. I am I, Don Quixote. Nah, it doesn't really work, does it? Dang. I could be the singing YouTuber, because there's definitely nobody who sings on this platform. All right, let's take a quick drink. So remember that bridge we couldn't get across before? We can get across it here. We have to jump, though, and jumping can be tricky. So let's see. I want to make sure I know what both the controls are. Yep, okay, we're good. Right, because I set them okay. Let's see if I can do this on the first try. Huzzah! Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think most of our long distance attacks are going to be with magic anyways, but that is a useful thing to have. And since we didn't sit at the bonfire, everybody's still dead, I think. Excellent. So, I think that's going to wrap it up for this session. Let me get back to the bonfire and sit down at it. We did some distance. I really like talking to the NPCs. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that with everyone, because I do... it's a lot of conversation, and I don't know how thorough this playthrough is going to be. But I was surprised at how much they told you. Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please comment. Please yell at me. If you have any advice about a magic build, that's great. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this before. I have played through the game, so I know the basics of the game. I know the basics of just, fighting with a big sword. But I'm always open to suggestions and ideas. Can't promise I'll take everything, but it's always cool to chat. So please like, subscribe. I've already said those two things. Comment. I said that thing. On my Patreon, there's a link below. Z Handlin. It's not really about this, but it's a way of supporting me, and at some point there will probably be bonuses with this. I haven't quite worked it out in my head yet. But regardless of all of that, thank you very much for watching this whole video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to when we return next week to Lordran, which will be next Thursday. So look forward to that. Goodbye, and good luck.